Doechii has heard me sing. Jhené Aiko left a comment with a mind-blown emoji on one of my singing videos. Teddy Swims told me that I was an amazing singer. Questlove has texted me on stage while he was playing with Norah Jones. Mario has liked my content. SZA has liked my content. Baby Rexha has liked my content. At this point, I've had several videos go over 1 million views. One of my videos went so viral that I get accused on a regular basis of being someone who doesn't have original content because so many people across the internet have copied my exact content. It's been translated into different languages and it always goes viral. I've also had several articles written about me because of that piece, and it's even made its way onto TV. None of that would have happened if I didn't show up. Before any of that happened, I had been posting online for 6 years. I've made a lot of mistakes. There's been a lot of trial and error, but it's allowed me to connect with some of the most incredible people and really show up as who I'm meant to be. If you even have the slightest interest in learning how to harness your gifts and your talents and put them out there for the world to see so that you can have the most incredible opportunities come to you, I'm going to break down exactly the things that I would and wouldn't do if I had to start all over again. In order to succeed online, it has to be a combination of inner work and outer work. Typically, someone has a proclivity to over-index one or the other. Either they're visualizing, they're manifesting, they're doing their affirmations, they're planning and they're preparing, but they're not actually posting their content. On the other hand, there are people who have a strategy. They're always looking up videos on how to grow their social media. They're posting, they're always trying to do the trends, they're trying to grow, but there's no surrender and there's no magic. So first, identify which category you might lean more into. And remember that you're going to have to continue to strengthen your strengths as well as work on your weakness. One of the reasons that I think that people over-index on one or the other is that at their core, there isn't really a strong belief that it will work out. If you're not actually putting yourself out on the internet, but you're doing a lot of inner work, do you really believe that it's going to work out for you? Or are there a lot of voices of self-doubt? And on the other hand, if you're trying to control and manipulate the situation instead of let it organically come, if the only way you think that you can grow is by force and control, do you really believe that it'll all work out for you on the timeline that it's meant to? What I love about entrepreneurship and content creation in general is that it sort of forces you to reckon with this idea that there is a timeline that isn't your own. There's a physical timeline and there's also a spiritual timeline. And I have never believed more fully than ever before in divine timing. And on a practical note, really think about it. If you were to get everything that you're dreaming of right now, would you actually be able to manage it? Would you actually be able to grow it? If a video that you had went viral today, would you know how to utilize that virality to continue to grow an actual real business? Are you able to emotionally handle the hate comments that you're going to get? Because if you want a viral video, you're also asking to get a lot of hate comments because virality usually means controversy, which means that people are going to be nitpicking your appearance. They're going to be saying all sorts of heinous things to you. When my videos have gone viral, I have received racist comments, sexist comments, just the most horrifying things you could have ever imagined. But they really don't bother me because I, one, know that that's just a reflection of who they are, has nothing to do with me. And I really don't take it seriously at all. And I was literally prepared for the moment that my video went viral. I had done so much inner work. I had gone on a forgiveness journey. I had been working on my emotional health. So when that came around, strangers on the internet telling me that I was ugly and a lot of other horrible slurs really didn't bother me. It was literally water on a duck's back. So really doing that work of genuinely knowing who you are and believing that you have something incredible to offer the world. And even if you don't, just like the Bible says, all you need is the faith of a mustard seed. Even if you're so overwhelmed with so much self-doubt, but there's a little piece of you that believes maybe I have something special to offer, that's all you need. That's all you need, and let that little tiny little seed of faith motivate you to act. The next thing that I would highly suggest is to embrace the identity of content creator. I know there may be some resistance to it because people don't take it really that seriously, but I mean, come on, we're in 2025 at this point, and we all know that you can create a legitimate business off of content creation and digital creation, and it is so much more than what some people minimize it to be. Yes, of course, course, there are vapid influencers, but there are also people who are creating incredible products, who are changing the world with their wisdom, who are sharing their art that wouldn't have ever been seen. And if you talk down about social media, or you say that it's hard, or that the algorithm hates you, and you don't embrace the identity of content creator, it's going to be a lot harder. What you think, what you believe, what you say, all of that manifests into your reality. So if you want to actually grow your following so that you can share your art and magnetize amazing, incredible opportunities, then on an identity level, you have to embrace that you're a content creator. You don't have to wait for certain results in order to embrace the identity. That's the magic of it. I used to think before I said that I was an artist, I had to get all of my money from being an artist. Little do I know that the biggest artist in the world, Ariana Grande, she doesn't get all of her money from her music. She gets a ton of it from her makeup brand. Having different streams of income and doing different things and sharing the different aspects of who you are is actually what the people at the highest level do. So of course you can do that as well and still be an artist. You can be an artist and a content creator. You're someone who does it all. You have to be relentlessly consistent. You cannot let self-doubt keep you from posting. You have to climb cringe mountain. It is gonna feel uncomfortable, but that's what successful people do. They feel the discomfort and they do it anyways. That discomfort is par for the course. It's the price that you pay. When you talk to the camera, you're not going to feel confident. Post 100 times and then reflect back. Do I feel more or less confident in front of the camera? You're going to feel so much better. It's really a reps game. Comfortability is earned. No one feels comfortable the second they turn on the camera. It's always awkward. It's all about relentless consistency and constant iteration. It was 6 years before I had literally all of the best artists in the world liking my content, okay? And I wasn't doing it for that. I was just relentlessly consistent. If posting consistently is something that you know that you need to do, I have a whole free mini course and a workbook that's linked in the description. Go ahead and check that out. Remember that every time you post, it's a lottery ticket. You have no idea whether your next piece of content is going to bring in 5 clients. You have no idea whether your next piece of content is going to connect you with one of your dream collaborators. It's like that saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Every time you don't post, you're guaranteeing that you don't go viral. You're guaranteeing that you don't grow. The person that you become in the process is unshakable, unapologetic, undeniably secure in who they are, deeply rooted in self-belief. That is also one of the biggest reasons to go on this journey, is because of who you become in the process. Can you think of at least one thing that might lead you to closing the gap between who you are and where you want to be? That's all you have to do. All you have to do is take the next step. You don't have to worry about how you're going to climb the whole mountain. That is a distraction from the work that you know you need to do today. Yes, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel exciting. And that's most of the work. Most of life is extremely mundane, extremely quotidian, and embracing that is the truth, that is the reality, will get you so much further. And really finding the joy in the mundane, finding the joy in those little moments, or just accepting that it's kind of boring and it kind of sucks. Either way, it's fine. Ooh, the way that I say done is better than perfect on a regular basis. The content that I make now, I know is not where I'm going. I want to be among the best. Is my content literally the best in the world at this point? No. It's not, but I know I'll get there. And I know that every part of the journey is actually so beautiful. Embracing every part of the journey of life, really, and the journey of content creation. Content creation is like a microcosm of what we need to embrace in life. And that's what I love about it, is it's such a reflection of my personal development and my character development. And when I embrace who I am as I am right now, I don't have to be prettier, smarter, have more resources, a better camera, an editor. I don't have to be anything other than as I am right now in order to be worthy to show up and make a difference and make an impact. All I have to be is who I am now. And that is good enough. And I have worked really hard to actually become who I am right now. So to hide it and to gatekeep it would literally be a sin, okay? That is rude to not show who I am and all that I've learned. I need to share that with the world so that other people can collapse time and not make the same mistakes that I did. It does kind of require you to have a little bit of faith, to trust that what you don't see will materialize and that it will come to being even though there really isn't any evidence right now. You create the evidence. It's not the other way around. You can't wait for evidence to show up and then you act. You have to act and the evidence will meet you there. This is so important because content creation is one of the most important skills in showing up as who you are, especially in this world where AI is able to basically do anything that can be copied. No one can copy who someone genuinely really is. If you deeply know who you are, you can't copy it because no one is like you. So if you want to grow your social media, just remember that before you have the skill of strategy, you need the skill of consistency. And that's why I created the course, The Consistency Kickstart. Again, you can download it for completely free in the description because I want you to be able to get everything that you're dreaming of and absolutely fall in love with your life and not need to escape from it. And that's all I have to share for today. I hope you have an incredible time and I hope you take some steps with growing your social platforms, developing the skill of content creation, building your social capital so that you can magnetize your dream opportunities. All right, have an amazing day and I'll see you next time. Bye.